Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. Well, guess what we're making today?
I know what we're making. And you know, we've been talking, I've been craving donuts.
I know it. That's why I decided we're just going to make us some donuts today. We can't get out and do much today.
No.
So we might as well just make donuts and eat donuts.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got, well, I don't know, 15, 20 mile an hour wind and 20 degrees or less.
Yeah, we just need to stay inside and just bake and eat and, I don't know.
Bake and eat. But I have eaten a healthy breakfast.
Yeah, you did.
Had grapefruit.
He ate a grapefruit, so he can have a donut after a while. He'll be okay, I think.
I can have a donut.
Well, we're not in our usual place where you see us cooking. We are out just off the kitchen. We're in the sunroom, and it was just so pretty and bright out here. I said, let's just go out there and mix our donuts up out there where it's just going to be pretty and sun shining and everything.
Well, it's great.
So if you're wondering where we're at, we're in the sunroom this morning. We're going to be making some yeast donuts. Now, I've got a video a while back. I made some donuts that didn't have yeast in them. You remember those?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a cake donut. But our favorite is a yeast donut. And they're not hard to make. I mean, if you can mix up some homemade bread, you can mix up some donuts.
And I'm going to be the mixer.
And he's going to be the mixer. Now you can do this.
Mixer.
You can do this with a mixer if you got a KitchenAid, or y'all have seen. A lot of y'all have asked me about the mixer that I've been using a lot, and that's a Nutrimil Artiste mixer, and I absolutely love that thing. But I thought, you know, I got some strong arms here, which we won't turn the mixer on today. But you can use yours with the dough hook on it. We're just going to be mixing ours up, and we've got our dough stirrer here.
Dough stirrer, I like that.
Dough stirrer, but he'll do a good job. But what we want to do to start out is we're going to make this will be the first part.
Then it'll have to rise.
Well, yes. This is going to be our proofing dough is what it's called, proof dough.
Proof dough.
And what I've done is the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, but you want to divide it into 1/4 and 1/4. And I always sift my flour, so it's a good idea to sift it because that just makes any product that you're making just a little more softer and fluffier. Do you know that?
I know that. I know that I can't overmix it.
You've heard me say this stuff too many times.
I know I can't just whip her up like pancake batter.
No.
No.
So anyways, we're going to start out with 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We've got 1/4 cup of sugar. You got to have a little sugar in your donut. Now you could probably use a sugar substitute like Swerve or something like that. And I've got, let's see, this is 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and you can use active, you can use rapid rise or quick rise. Anyone's going to work. So that's 2 1/4 of yeast. We're going to go ahead and put you can go ahead and stir that if you want to.
I want to mix that up just a little.
Yeah. Now I've got 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but I'm not going to put that in there with the yeast right now. That'll come after. This will be our proof dough is what this is called.
Well, I've got a big bowl. I may not make a mess.
You may not. I've got 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using olive oil. You can use coconut oil, vegetable oil, whatever kind of oil that you use. I've got a teaspoon of vanilla. I've got 2 egg yolks. This will make your you know what? I did not bring a spatula with me.
Well,
How ornery is that?
them fresh
See if you can
eggs.
get, yeah, them fresh eggs too.
I'll tell you what I'll do. You know what I'll do.
His hands are clean, y'all, so don't worry about
You
that.
know what I'll do.
I know what you'll do.
I'll
But
knock it out.
anyways, 2 egg yolks at room temperature. And I've also got, this is 2/3 cup of scalded milk. And what we call scalded milk is you want it to get it up to 180 degrees. You can do it on top of the stove, you can do it in your microwave. But then you want to bring it back down to at least 115. And we may have to talk a minute because it ain't back down to 115.
Well, you know what I need to do now that I didn't have a spoon?
You want me to go get you a rag?
Get me a rag.
We were not very good at this. Talk to him and I'll be right back.
Talk to him. Well, I almost went duck hunting today. Son-in-law called me and going to get to hunt. They're going to actually hunt on dry land, and I may go yet if they're going to go take and cut ice. Go cut ice to get a duck hole ready, and I was invited, and I might go yet for the day's up. But it's cold, and I don't take the cold as good as I used to. I still take it pretty tough, but
We didn't show them when we got all that rain. What was it, a week before last? We got all that rain and
just before the bad weather, snow come in, just before the real cold come
yeah,
in.
and
Pond's full.
the pond is full, and then it went a couple days later it froze over. Huh?
It's froze over.
But that's okay.
Still too warm.
A little bit too warm. You want it to 115.
Take it outside for a few seconds.
I could do
You want me
that.
to walk out there and hold it out
Yeah.
the door?
I guess this would be a good time to maybe talk about your channel coming up.
Woo! Y'all, this woman has taught me into doing my own channel.
Yes, we don't have any videos uploaded yet, but when we do, I will announce it. We do have a couple ready. We just don't have an upload because we want to go ahead and talk about it. And yeah, and I will put the link below. But like I said, we don't have any videos uploaded yet. So, but you can go ahead and go over there and subscribe to it.
She really thinks that I don't have enough. I got too much free time. So maybe cover a little different content than we do, and her and I are going to do more cooking videos together and different things together. But I'm going to do a Bible study on mine, and I'm not going to be held down to every week or every other day, or it's I don't need all that pressure. No, it just I'm gonna do. I may do 2 a month, starting out with 1 every 2 weeks. That's kind of my goal, and it's called Skills, Reels, and Refuge. So I don't know how many skills I got. I think I got a few, but just because I'm an old man, I guess I've got.
Well,
a few
I mean,
skills.
ever since we've been married, you've had skills. Anything need to be done. I mean, that's skills. And of course, the fact that skills has a lot. I mean, it has a lot of area there, not just
Right.
stuff you do here in Homestead. Skills is going out and hunting, and then the reels is the fishing part, and he wants to take y'all fishing with him quite a bit this summer, so y'all be able to go and do that, and so that's the reels part.
In all honesty, she's got me a big job going, but it'll be okay.
But I know a lot of y'all have said, yes, Mr. Brown needs his own channel, and that y'all would support him. And so we thought, well, this might be a good time. Starting off, the year 2024, we'll just get out there and we'll try it. So the refuse part mainly has to do with the good Lord and his refuge. So there's just going to be a lot to his channel.
I might just talk words of wisdom once in a while.
Words of wisdom. Is that advice or wisdom?
Well, maybe I'm just going to talk a little bit about life itself.
Oh, I'm telling you.
But, and I may just, so many people that are viewers of ours are an older group of people, and they can't get out and do like they used to. And I may just go out for a walk in the woods.
There you go. I know y'all would love that. So it's stuff like that. So we need to get him at least to 1,000 subscribers so we can get him monetized. And we'll be talking about his channel more. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put his link below in the information box, and we'll start uploading some videos. So what do y'all think about that? I think we can go ahead.
Are you ready?
And start this. I'm just going to kind of, if you'll go ahead and stir, I'm going to pour a little bit. And I know some of y'all are here just for the recipe, and y'all are thinking, y'all hush up and just get to making some donuts. But y'all have to know that me and Mr. Brown aren't just here for cooking. We're here for fellowship and to spend time with our subscriber family. And that's just what
we got a big family, don't we?
We got a big family. They are the best too, I'm telling you.
We got a very loving family.
I want to thank everybody that had. I want y'all to know that on into January, I was still getting Christmas cards from you guys, and I appreciate every one of them. And any gifts that y'all have sent us, they're well appreciated.
It's getting sticky.
Just keep us stirring.
I don't want to whip it though too bad, do I?
Go ahead and get all that milk incorporated, because like I said, this is our proof dough.
And I'm actually going to, I'm going to do a little bit of cooking of fish and wild game. One of the videos coming out is actually cooking some wild duck. I was blessed to kill a few ducks, and it turned out really good, I believe. And I'll do all kinds of stuff.
That duck was delicious. Y'all have to watch that video and see how he done that. I mean, it don't even have to be wild duck, but it was so good. Okay, you're getting there.
I'm glad. I want to meet your expectations. I know you're sitting here looking at it going, I wouldn't stir that like that.
No, it's good. You're doing a good job.
I'm trying to get it mixed without just whipping it to death.
You're doing a good job. I didn't want to bring a mixer in here and turn the mixer on. I mean, there's some things that I do have to use a mixer for, but I just thought you could do it.
I can do it.
I've had this mixture since we've been together since 1978.
Yeah, if not just a little bit before that. About 2.5 years before we got married, wasn't it?
So I haven't traded you in yet.
Not yet.
You're doing a good job. Okay, if you'll lift that up and show them that dough, and they'll see what I'm talking about. This is your proof dough, and it's got your yeast and everything in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes in a warm place.
And then I guess we'll come back again.
And then we'll come back. We'll mix the rest of it up, and then we're going to cut them out. And then they'll have to go through another rise, and then, well, they'll go through 2 rises, really. That's why I told you. I said it's going to take just a little bit, but they're going to be really good donuts. Now, where we live, when you're wanting to, we don't eat donuts very often, do we?
No.
I mean, it's a special occasion, so your phone keeps going off. We can't just run to the donut shops, what I'm saying. We live way out in the woods, and so we'll just make our own donuts.
Make our own. On occasion we buy some donuts.
And they're going to be so good.
A lot of times we're kind of traveling, running around, we might grab
Yeah, we might grab a donut just because. So, I'm going to cover this up, and I'm just going to let it sit and do its thing for about 20 to 30 minutes. And what it's going to do, since that yeast is in there, it's just going to kind of bubble up and proof a little bit.
Are you going to put it on your cook stove oven lid
Yeah,
or door.
I'm gonna open the door up and I'm just gonna kind of set it there. Now it's not trying to rise or anything, but the house is cold, so I want it in a warm place. So I'll let you clean the mess up.
I can clean the mess up.
I'm gonna show y'all what the dough looks like. Now we're not at the rising part. This is just the yeast and everything proofing. It had a few bubbles in it, and now it's ready to go. So if you got a few bubbles and looks like the yeast is still going and good, then you're good to go. So all we gotta do now is add our other 1 1/4 cups of flour.
Should I do a little at a time or all of it?
It don't matter. You're strong. I think you.
You think I can handle it?
I think you can handle it.
Well, I want to make sure I do it right.
And this right here is just a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Kind of got stuck in there.
You know I'm not the cook you are.
You're a pretty good cook, but you got the strength in your hands that I don't have anymore.
If I was the cook you was, my goodness.
Y'all, he can cook. Don't let him fool you. I can say that he probably makes better gravy than I do.
I've had a lot of practice, you know. Am I not satisfied? You mean to go a little faster? Faster, y'all, a little bit. Stir a little faster. I'm not mixing fast enough.
Now, what you can do, and you have clean hands, kind of roll your sleeves up a little bit, and you can get in there and just start bringing it together. And then we're gonna, once we get the dough together,
Don't do that.
he's gonna put his hands in there and he's gonna start kneading it for about,
Don't beat the pan on video.
no, for about 5 minutes.
Getting this little dab off, okay? All right.
That dough looks like it's gonna be good. Just bring it together and bring all that flour into it. And like he said earlier, he will be doing some cooking on his channel too, and it'll be more of a wild game cooking or cooking outside in Dutch oven, on the grill, stuff like that. Is it coming together?
Trying to.
Okay, just kind of fold it and just kind of knead it. So we're going to start kneading this dough. Now let's come together. We're going to knead it for about 5 minutes or however long he can hold out. This is the part Miss Lori can't hardly do anymore. That's why you'll probably see me use my mixture mortar to dough hook. I do have an appointment Tuesday to see the rheumatologist. Finally got in to see him to see. My local doctor seems like I may have a couple different arthritis going on in my hands. So anyways, Danny's doing a really good job over here kneading this dough. So we'll be back in just a little bit, because he's got to do this for about 5, well, I'll say about 4 more minutes. How about that?
I can do it.
There you go. We're just keeping kneading that thing. I have to say that you're doing a pretty good job there.
You know what? I haven't never needed a lot of bread.
No, you haven't. I think it's your big old hands that can get in there and really knead it good.
I've watched you do a bunch of it, though.
Yeah. The dough looks really good. I think we're good, and I think what I'm going to do, we're going to put a little bit more olive oil down on the bottom of our bowl. Now you can get a clean bowl if you want to. Just kind of roll that ball around in there. And we'll put some up on the sides. That's good. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to cover this dough. Just leave it in a bowl. Be good. We're going to cover it. And I'm going to put it over there by the wood cook stove. And it's going to depend on how warm, how dry, how humid your house is. This could take anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours. just keep an eye on it. Like I said, it has to do with how cold, how warm your house is. So we'll see when we come back how long it took.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna fix me some tea.
Gonna make you some tea?
Make some tea.
I'm gonna go put this over by the wood cook stove then. You grab the oil and
Wash my hands.
wash your hands, and we'll be back. Now my dough today set a good hour because the house just isn't real warm today, but it still did rise. Now, of course, this is a big bowl, so I didn't fill the bowl up. I could have put it in a smaller bowl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put me just a little bit of flour on my board here. You don't have to have a whole lot. This is my marble board. I got this off of Amazon. And I also have a marble rolling pin, which is really heavy, but sometimes heavy's good because it helps to, it just puts that weight on that dough and helps roll some different things that are kind of hard to roll out. I'm just going to take my dough. It feels really light. Put it up here on my board. I don't have to put much flour on this. And I'm going to roll this out to about, and you're supposed to get a dozen donuts out of this recipe. And we'll see. You can roll this out as thin as 1/4 of an inch. It's easy to roll out. Those egg yolks give it a really pretty rich color. Mr. Brown's here somewhere.
I'm coming.
Where's my helper?
I haven't been napping.
No, you haven't been napping. I just don't know if I'll get a dozen because my donut cutter here, I think I got this off Amazon too a long time ago. No, I didn't. I bought this at the dollar store. But it's pretty good size and it cuts out the donut hole too. But I just don't know that I'll get a dozen donuts out of this.
It don't look like it.
It says you're supposed to. That must be little big donuts.
Must be little bitties.
Because I don't want to roll it out no more than this. We'll just see how many we get. You can double this recipe too. I need just a little bit more flour down here. I don't think it'll stick bad, but we'll see.
We're gonna have donut holes, or are we gonna
Yeah.
make them into a donut?
No, we're going to have donut holes.
Well, see, that's a good benefit.
Yeah. Grandkids would like them. I didn't cut that very good. So just put that over there. The one thing we don't want is we don't want the donuts to touch when you put them on there.
Right. See if I can put more pressure to it and see what happens.
There we go.
Look at there.
Perfect.
You gonna do this?
You might get half a dozen, but you see a dozen coming out.
Well, that's pretty big donuts here.
Yeah, they are. And whatever's left over, we can gently pat out and you can cut some more out of it. Me and you don't need no more donuts.
No.
And we don't have no grandkids coming over, so I wish we did because we'd give them donut holes.
I think it's gonna make one.
Well,
It will partially, I guess.
yeah. I think you can push on that one. That dough looks really rich, don't it? With the
It looks good, doesn't it?
So, You think you can get one on that
Oh, it
corner?
won't be as pretty. Let me get it. They don't have to be pretty to eat them, do they?
No.
No.
I'm gonna try to gently.
Well, there's a half a dozen.
They must have been thinking little bitty donuts to get a whole dozen out of this recipe. You don't want
They
them,
want you to make little ones so you don't eat so
Yeah.
much.
we just don't want them touching
No.
because they're gonna have to rise a little bit. So let me see what I can do with this. At least get 2 more.
Wanting to stick. Warming up, ain't it?
Just need to put a little flour on it. I tell you, this rolling pin, I was afraid it was going to be too heavy for my hands, but it's not really, and it really does a good job of rolling out.
It's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's party.
Now see,
Like you, it's party.
you're so kind.
I'm just real.
That one ain't such a pretty donut, but it'll be okay, huh?
It's not as thick, but who cares, right?
Okay. You think we can get one more donut?
Well, it might be thinner, but it'll be all right.
Now we're gonna make some glaze for these donuts too.
Yum.
And it's an easy glaze. I mean, all they do is just take powdered sugar, warm water, and some vanilla.
We like it easy, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just all that,
Sometimes the most simple is the best, right?
yeah. Kind of like when you take a can of them Whopping biscuits and
Whopping biscuits.
make donuts out of those. You like that.
Well,
Cinnamon and sugar on them.
yep.
That might have been a little bit too.
It's probably a little thin, but you know what? We're not going to waste nothing on it.
I'm not even gonna waste this little. That's all we got left, y'all. That's it. And how many we get? 3,
That and
6.
there's a crinkle. That'd be the one I want to eat
That's the one
first.
you want to eat first.
Mhm.
Let's spread them out just a little. So what do we get? 8. 8 big ones
And some donut holes.
and some donut holes.
Them's going to be good too. Our grandkids like them donut holes, don't they?
I don't know if I get this little bitty thing of dough to stay together or not. But there we go. We'll fry it up just like we will the others. So there we go. Now, you don't have to have one of these. You can cut it out with a glass, a jar, an old can that's maybe the right size.
Excuse me.
So that's not a necessity. You'll find something to cut donuts out with. You just take something big enough for a donut and then something small enough to make your donut holes. So
My grandmother, on my dad's side, used a soup can biscuits. I mean, she wore it. You think she wore a can out? She used it for years.
Same
can.
Okay, I'm gonna have you cover this with this plastic wrap.
You know I'm not very talented with plastic.
Well,
wrap.
and I'm a little bit upset because look at it. I think it's messed up. Hang on. There we go. I don't know who done this.
It's hung up.
Did you do this?
Nope. Probably. It's like it's got double layers, didn't it?
Yeah, it got kind of cattywampus there. If I had a knife, I could do that.
Let me get my big hand under there.
got-
Real life here, isn't it?
I've got, there we go. I've got this big old honkin'. Well, I tell you what, that is some stout plastic wrap.
Now then,
Now we can cover it, take it all the way to the end,
just a second. This is what's happened. We've got a rewrap there.
and then we're gonna stick that over them donuts. Yeah, I've got, this is 18-inch, 300 square foot thing of plastic wrap. I get it at Sam's. It lasts me forever.
Can you cut that? You know I'm not very good at it.
Well, I'm upside down here, but I might.
Upside down. We're just like. There.
We can make donuts, but we cannot handle the plastic wrap.
Can't handle saran wrap, can we?
It don't have to be tied. It just needs to be covered. Okay, we're going to put this back in there where it's a little warm. And I'm going to let these rise a little bit, probably for about 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes.
I think grandkid could have done a better job putting plastic.
Just as long as they're covered, they're okay. Okay, before we start deep frying the donuts, now you can bake these donuts too. I think it's at 350 oven. I'll have to look that up. But we're going to be deep frying ours in peanut oil. But anyways, I wanted to show you the glaze. It's a very simple glaze. Now I've got 3 cups of powdered sugar. And the reason I got them in this size bowl is because I wanted something shallow and got a, you know, kind of big around the sides so that I can put my donuts in there and dip them. But I did sift my powdered sugar. That's why it just looks so soft. And you really don't know how much water. This is warm water, tap water. And I'm going to start with about 3 tablespoons. And I'm going to put probably a tablespoon of, this is my daughter-in-law's homemade vanilla. Put about 2 good teaspoons. I'm going to try to stir this up without making a huge mess. Now you'll probably have to add some more water. You just want to make sure that you don't, and this does need to be really loose glaze, so I'm going to add a little bit more. I can tell by the feel that I need a little bit more. So I've got probably about a cup of warm water in my glass. But you don't know till it all comes together how loose it's going to be. Now I could have put this in a deeper bowl and then put it in this bowl, but I just don't like washing all them dishes. The donuts they're just about ready to start deep frying. They've been sitting over there by the wood cook stove, not too hot, just where it's warm, a little warm, and they're rising pretty good, considering the cold day. And I can tell that this is still pretty thick for glaze, donut glaze. Now it'd be good for a cake or bundt cake, something like that, this consistency. But for donut glaze, it needs to be a little bit looser. Now I put a couple teaspoons of vanilla in there. If you want more, you can put more. I've got some chocolate chips over here in a bowl that I'm fixing to put, I want you to look at that I'm fixing to put in the microwave. I'm going to melt it. And I'm going to make a little bit of chocolate glaze too. Just got to be a little bit patient with it to get it to where you want it, to not make a mess. Whoops, because I'm good at making messes. And this thing is not wanting to cooperate in this. Now it's getting looser. That's where I want it. Okay. I'm not real happy with my little whisk here. I think that's plenty loose enough right there. So I've got probably about 1/4 of a cup left. So that's probably 3/4 cup of water, warm water. But you just need to put a little bit at a time so that you don't overdo it. Okay, I'm gonna go and put my chocolate chips in the microwave, and then I'll make me a little bit of chocolate glaze too. Okay, what I've done is I went ahead and melted my chocolate chips 30 seconds, and I stirred it and put it in about 25 seconds and stirred it, and they were melted. Then I started adding some of this glaze to it till it got to the consistency that I wanted. You can put a little bit more vanilla in it if you want to. So I've got my glaze and my chocolate glaze here. Might need to be a little bit more thinner, maybe a little bit thick. Because the more you add, the thinner it's going to get. So we're going to leave it at that. So that was an easy chocolate glaze right there. It was a cup. Probably only needed really a half a cup, but I ended up doing a cup of chocolate semi-sweet chocolate chips and some of this glaze out of here. Okay, our donuts are ready. But I let them sit about 30 minutes in a good warm place. Now I like to fry my donuts at 350. Some people fry them at 375. And the best way to fry donuts is just do a couple at a time. We're at 340, so we're getting there. I got it on about medium flame on my propane cook stove. So there's 350. Go ahead and put one in. One more. Now, when they start getting brown around the bottom, of course, and up the side a little bit, you want to turn them. Sometimes I feel like when I've got it on 375 that they cook too fast, they get brown and not done on the inside. So that's why I choose on my stove to do it at 350 degrees. You can tell they're cooking really well. Are you timing these, Mr. Brown?
Nope.
I ain't either. I don't like them.
I don't know how long it'll take to get to my mouth. That's what I'm saying.
I just splattered grease on the side. Y'all don't do that. In fact, I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit. Let them cook. I don't know how them donut shops get them so light colored on the outside but done in the middle. I have not figured that out. Have you? Now, 1 minute. Are you timing it? 1 minute. While these two are still hot, I'm going to stick one of them in the glaze. Stick this other one while it's hot in the glaze. It's a little over 350. We got most of our donuts done. I'm just doing the donut holes now. I had to adjust my fire several times. It just kept wanting to get hotter and hotter and hotter. A good thing to cook donuts is one of them fry daddies or electric skillet, because it seems like it holds the temperature better. You got a little big piece on there.
Yeah, that's the little rolled up, funny looking ball of donut.
These are really good.
It's the funny one. I'm gonna eat this one right here.
They're not all perfect, but they taste good.
Well, why do they have to be perfect?
I think if you heat one of these up in the morning and drink with your coffee, it'd be good.
I probably will be.
I haven't tasted the chocolate one yet.
I dipped a donut hole while ago in the chocolate. Pretty good.
They turned out really good. We've not made homemade yeast donuts, or I haven't in a long, long time.
They're not heavy. They're more of a, well, I wouldn't say a cake donut. They're not like
these
that.
These are yeast. Oh.
I know, but I mean, it just pretty good.
So we done a good job. Now, see how easy it was. We are not donate.
Donate.
We're
donate.
we are not donut professionals, believe me. But
You know, my sister owned a donut shop many, many years ago.
that was before me and you got together, though. But these are good.
You know how much a dozen of donuts cost nowadays?
It is. It's unreal.
$10, $12 a dozen or more?
Yeah.
This didn't cost you no $12.
No. Now, we didn't get a dozen because we made them so big, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Of course, this is plenty for us, and it's more than enough for us. But if y'all never made donuts, this is an easy, simple recipe. You've seen how easy it went together. And I think next time that I make donuts, I'll do it like I used to and fry them in my electric skillet. It's easier to keep the grease at a certain temp. The temp kept going up and up and up, and I'd turn it down, and it just...
that iron skillet was getting with it.
It was getting with it, but they still turned out good.
Yeah, they're perfect. To me.
When the kids were young at home, we made donuts quite a bit, and I done them in my Fry Daddy. You remember the Fry Daddies? I don't have one now, but they were good.
Well,
I hope y'all enjoyed the recipe, and I hope y'all try it. And I know a lot of y'all have your own donut recipes.
I just need a cup of coffee.
My mouth is full. But
I'll be definitely having one of these for breakfast in the morning.
they did. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've made donuts, so except for the donuts I made a video of. It was a no yeast donut. And those donuts, you ate one too, but they kind of taste like a fried biscuit.
Yeah.
So either one, your yeast donut or just your regular old no yeast donuts, are both good. And I'll put the link down below my video in the information box of the other video too. Anything you need to add?
No, we were talking earlier about my so-called channel.
Yeah.
But I said something about Bible study, but I didn't mean that I wasn't going to do just one or two videos. I'm going to try on most weeks do a video a week. I'm going to try to do the Bible studies 2 a month. And don't hold me to that, because I don't want to be tied down like that.
Well, it's not that you don't want to be tied down with it. It's just that you do a lot of studying before you
It all depends on what's going on in the world. That's all, what's going on and what we got going on with, because you put so much effort in her channel, and she'll have to help me edit mine until I learn how to do it. And I don't want to put too much burden on her because she's still working too. And that's going to be hard for you to go back to work.
I know I've been off for
Week.
all this week because of weather, and then we got more coming in.
Well, we got a chance of some ice coming. Boy, I hope we don't get no ice.
I don't know if I'll be going back to work Monday either. But either way, everybody just needs to stay safe. I know a lot of y'all are getting the snow, and y'all already, and some of y'all, somebody said they had 19 inches, 20 inches up north, and I'm like, we wouldn't be going to school for 2 months if we got that here. And it stayed below freezing like it is. What I don't like is the freezing rain and ice. That's when it really gets dangerous.
I like that 28-degree snow.
That's,
real pretty snow, and it stays off the highways. And
that snow was so dry that you and Avery Joe couldn't hardly make a snowman,
that's a funny snowman. We couldn't do it. I got her. She just kept bugging Paul, you've got to help me build a snowman. She couldn't hardly rest about it.
So if y'all are at home stuck inside and you got kids or whatever, you want to make some donuts, this is a really good recipe. And the egg yolks and the scalded milk and everything just really makes a good rich donut. So I guess we'll be seeing y'all in a couple of days. Not sure what we're doing. I am going to try to get Mr. Brown's the 2 videos. I'm going to go ahead and get them uploaded on his channel. And then he'll be working on some more videos as time goes. There's no telling what he's going to be taking y'all, what the adventures will be. But it'll be something, I guarantee you, because there's always something going on around here. If it's nothing but just a walk out in the woods and in the snow and just talking.
I actually did a walk. I actually did a little walk in the big snow down by the pond. And we'll put that on there maybe. And like I said, I may go out in the middle of the woods early in the morning and just sit down and listen to the birds. You just don't know.
You know something, and you know because at night when you come in to go to bed, how many times you can walk in there and I've either got YouTube playing with nothing but the sound of rain.
Thunderstorm rain.
Thunderstorm rain. And that's all that you'll hear. It's just slow rain and a distant thunderstorm. And that absolutely calms me and puts me to sleep. Or it's a real light
trickle branch with birds singing.
With birds singing. He never knows what he's going to walk out to. But this plays in my house probably pretty much every day at some point. So that is something that I really enjoy. It's just the calmness of something. You know, but it's just, the world is just so...
we don't even want to get on that.
So these YouTube creators that put these videos out, some of them is nothing but rain and thunderstorms, rain on a window, and it's just, or birds singing out in the meadow with just real light piano music. And when you put that on, and I think if you go to my playlist, I think I've got some of them on my vintage music playlist. It does. It calms you. I mean,
nothing like nature calm you down.
You know, back in my younger days, you might have walked in the house and I'd be cleaning and there'd be country music playing all over the house.
Loretta Lynn.
But now it's this calming, just something calming. So, yeah. So anyways, I hope y'all like this recipe. I hope y'all enjoyed being with us today. Y'all have a very good weekend. Be safe. If you got weather coming in like we are, get ready for it and be safe. Stay off the roads. And we'll be seeing y'all probably in 3 or 4 days. If the weather ain't too bad and the creeks don't rise again. But y'all stay safe, and we love y'all, and God bless.
God bless everybody.
Have a good weekend. I haven't tried one of these chocolate ones. He says it's good.
Yes.
I don't want a whole one though.
Make you slap your granny on it.
You wouldn't slap my granny 'cause she'd knock you down. You know my granny.
I wouldn't slap nobody's granny. Just a matter of speech, figure of speech.